آپ کو براہ راست یہ چلتے ہیں اسلام آباد، جہاں ترجمان دفتر خارجہ طاہر حسین اندرابی کی نیوز بریفنگ جاری ہے۔
Senator Mohammad Ishaq Dar also undertook intense diplomatic engagement throughout this week. On 18th March, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister visited Riyadh at the invitation of the Saudi Foreign Minister to attend a meeting of the regional foreign ministers. The meeting included ministers from Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Egypt, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Qatar, Syria, Turkey, and the UAE. I'm sure you must have gone through the press release that was issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as well as the joint statement. Amongst important telephone conversations of the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister with his telephone call with his counterparts, let me briefly list. On 13 March with the Norwegian Foreign Minister Espen Barth, on 16th March with Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan, the next day with Azerbaijan's Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov, on 18th March with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, on 22nd March with Egyptian Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdul Ateh, on 23rd March with Iraqi Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Fawad Hussein, and the same day with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. And the topic of discussion was, of course, this regional situation. On the same day, he spoke with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. So 23rd March, you can notice these three telephone calls. On 24th, the Egyptian Foreign Minister, again, Badr Abdul Ateh, the same day with UAE Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Later that evening with the EU High Representative and Vice President Kaja Kallas, and yesterday the Deputy Prime Minister spoke with his Malaysian counterpart, Foreign Minister Mohammed Hassan. So this is the roundup of intense diplomatic engagement done at the level of the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. Moving on to other topics, on March 15th, we observed the world observed the International Day to Combat Islamophobia. You may recall that Pakistan played a key role with the OIC in securing the United Nations designation of 15th March as the International Day to Combat Islamophobia, and supported the appointment of a United Nations and OIC special envoys to address the challenges emanating from Islamophobia. And in his message on the occasion, the DPM-FM reaffirmed solidarity with the Muslims worldwide, highlighting the rise of Islamophobia globally, including attacks on mosques, women, and holy text. He stressed the need for international cooperation, dialogue, and respect to promote tolerance, prevent discrimination, and ensure peaceful coexistence. On an issue which is quite relevant to Islamophobia, Pakistan strongly condemned the continued closure of the historic Jama Masjid in Srinagar, noting that we noted that preventing worshippers from offering congregational prayers constitute a serious violation of religious freedoms and fundamental human rights. The Jama Masjid, historic Jama Masjid in Srinagar, remained closed for most of the Ramadan and during the Eid prayers. For the 7th consecutive year since the Indian illegal actions on 5th of August 2019, the Indian occupation authorities have sealed this mosque and barred Kashmiri Muslims from gathering on spiritually significant days. Such restrictions, particularly during Ramadan and on Eid, are a matter of deep concern. Pakistan has urged the international community, including the United Nations and relevant human rights organizations, to take notice and call on India to uphold the fundamental right to freedom of religion in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. I'll conclude my opening remarks and open the floor for question answers. Yes, sir.
this is Afzal Reza from Iranian State News Agency. Given the Pakistan efforts for the mediation, for the peace efforts in the region, how you, Pakistan, assess Iran's position on the expected talks? And do you, I need a confirmation about the reported visit by the Field Marshal CDF to Muscat and any meeting with the American sides? And with the rejection of the 15 points agenda of the President Trump by the Iranian side, don't you think that Donald Trump, the president of the US, trying to dictate terms to Iran because the Iranian leadership, they have said that they will not yield to the US overreach and dictate. So as per Pakistan, first, what you see, what will be the way forward for the current situation?
Ji Bakr Sahab, maybe we can take, I understand there will be other questions on this, so maybe we can take all the questions in one go. Ji Bakr Sahab. Idhar udhar.
I would say that you have been quite silent on the developments that have been taking place. There have been multiple reports in the international media and domestic media about Pakistan's role in facilitating dialogue, and there hasn't been any policy statement from Islamabad. But I now feel that that threshold has crossed where you can remain reticent. Can you categorically say what role Pakistan is playing and what are the expectations going ahead? Because the 5-day pause is now almost expiring in the next couple of days. So what's the Pakistan's position on this?
Yes. Idhar udhar.
Hi, I'm Ivan Watson from CNN. Can you confirm whether or not there'll be discussions this weekend with the American Vice President on the war in Iran here in Pakistan?
Yes.
تھینک یو ویری مچ سر. اسلام الدین ساجد فرام انادولو ایجنسی. سر کچھ رپورٹس ایسے آ رہے ہیں کہ امریکن نے پاکستان کو جو 15 پوائنٹ پیس پلان ہے وہ پاکستان کو دیا تھا اور پاکستان نے تہران کو ہینڈ اوور کیا ہے. تو اگر یہ سچ ہے تو ایران کی طرف سے کوئی رسپانس ملا ہے پاکستان کو؟ تھینک یو.
جی اعزاز.
So are we making Americans and Iranians sit on one table one-on-one? If yes, when it's happening and where it's happening? And second, there are reports that on Pakistan's request, Israel via United States
کی ہفتہ وار نیوز بریفنگ جاری تھی. انہوں نے کہا کہ پاکستان خطے میں امن کے لیے اہم کردار ادا کر رہا ہے. وزیر اعظم مختلف ممالک کے سربراہان سے رابطے میں ہے. پاکستان مشرق وسطیٰ میں قیام امن کے لیے بھرپور کوششیں جاری رکھے ہوئے ہے. انہوں نے مزید کہا کہ اسلامو فوبیا کے خلاف بھرپور آواز اٹھا رہے ہیں. مساجد، خواتین اور بچوں پر حملوں کے خلاف بھی بھرپور آواز بلند کر رہے ہیں. پاکستان سری نگر کی تاریخی مسجد کی بے حرمتی کی مذمت کرتا ہے.
ہفتہ وار
آپ کو اپڈیٹ کریں کہ اسلام آباد میں ترجمان دفتر خارجہ طاہر حسین اندرابی کی ہفتہ وار نیوز بریفنگ جاری تھی. انہوں نے کہا کہ وزیر اعظم محمد شہباز شریف مختلف ممالک کے سربراہوں سے رابطے میں ہیں. وزیر اعظم کی سعودی ولی عہد کے ساتھ موجودہ صورتحال پر تفصیلی گفتگو بھی ہوئی. انہوں نے مزید کہا کہ وزیر اعظم نے ایران کے صدر کے ساتھ بھی موجودہ صورتحال پر تبادلہ خیال کیا. مزید کہنا تھا کہ نائب وزیر اعظم بھی صفاتی محاذ پر خطے کے ممالک کے ساتھ رابطوں میں ہے. ترجمان دفتر خارجہ نے بتایا کہ ناروے، سعودیہ، آذربائیجان سمیت مختلف ممالک کے ساتھ ہم رابطے میں ہیں. پاکستان مشرق وسطیٰ میں قیام امن کے لیے بھرپور کوششیں جاری رکھے ہوئے ہے. ترجمان دفتر خارجہ طاہر حسین اندرابی کا کہنا تھا کہ اسلامو فوبیا کے خلاف بھرپور آواز اٹھا رہے ہیں. مساجد، خواتین اور بچوں پر حملوں کے خلاف بھرپور آواز بلند کر رہے ہیں۔ پاکستان نے اسلاموفوبیا کے خلاف لڑائی میں کلیدی کردار ادا کیا ہے۔ پاکستان سری نگر کی تاریخی جامع مسجد کی بندش کی مذمت کرتا ہے۔ یہ مسجد رمضان کے بیشتر ایام کے دوران بند رہی۔ ان کا مزید کہنا تھا کہ پاکستان خطے میں امن کے لیے اہم کردار ادا کر رہا ہے۔